Why are people in Scandinavian countries the happiest in the world? If you were to envision the world's happiest people, you might imagine an island nation somewhere, where folks sit on a beach slurping juice out of coconuts all day. But more realistically, you might picture a dude in slim-cut slacks, 8 months into paternity leave, biking his 2 young kids to a coffee shop under a cold, slate sky. That Scandinavian life is famous for its sense of well-being. The UN's World Happiness Report, in fact, now ranks Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden at the top of their happiness list. By contrast, the US, a country accustomed to being the best in the world at everything, except perhaps humility, is in a period of happiness slippage, having wilted from 3rd place to 19th in 10 short years. The stated reasons for that drop are declining social support and increased corruption. You may not be able to do much about the social contract at large, but if you're trying to get as happy as the Danes or Finns, it might be worth asking, what do they know about happiness that Americans don't? Welcome back to another episode of Luxury Obsession. Subscribe to our channel and get involved so you're always up to date with the latest episodes as soon as they're available. Work-life balance skews strongly toward life. The number one thing Scandinavians cite as the source of their happiness is their ferocious dedication to actually enjoying their lives. The time off work the government allows its citizens is absurd by American standards. It's almost as if people's well-being doesn't correlate with long hours at the office. If you have a kid, you get even more paid time off work. The Scandinavian premium on living your best life extends into maternity and paternity leave, which are famously the most generous in the world. In Iceland, a mother has 9 months paid leave, and a father can take 3 months. From start of life, family is important, and the government supports that. In the US, mothers get 12 weeks of leave from their job, one of the lowest numbers in the industrialized world. Oh, and that leave is unpaid. New Swedish parents, according to their national website, get 480 days of paid leave while receiving 80% of their salary. Expectant mothers can get free childbirth coaching 60 days into the pregnancy, can reduce their normal working hours by up to 25% until the child turns 8, and can receive a monthly child allowance until the child turns 16. Many of these benefits are also available to Swedes who are unemployed. They think it's really important mom spends time with child, no questions asked. And they have to retain your job. So, you can have sequential kids and just not work for, like, 3 years. Scandinavians are obsessed with getting outdoors. The region is absolutely jam-packed with natural beauty, the fjords of Norway, the Lapland of Sweden, Iceland's Blue Lagoon, the Northern Lights. Frigidly cold weather is scarcely a deterrent for getting out into nature. With God's best work just a short drive away, being in the great outdoors is no less than a national pastime in Scandinavia. Kids learn this early, there's no bad weather, just bad clothes. They can't believe Americans take their cars everywhere. Pretty much everyone is in great shape. You'll see everyone out walking long walks. It's just a thing. This society is designed for people to not be in a car. Norway isn't interested in making exercise a compartmented part of your life, it's supposed to be your lifestyle. People go to the gym, but they're not running. They're running outside. They're biking in the mountains. Your basic needs are met, so you're not living in constant fear of going broke. You're going to be shocked, truly shocked, but one thing people love about living in countries with generous social programs is the generous social programs. The region's famously high tax rate, over 50% average marginal rate compared to the US's 27.4%, helps fund an incredibly comprehensive set of welfare programs that cover many of the things that probably stress out Americans. In Scandinavia, school is free, healthcare is basically free, and child daycare is totally free. In the US, public college costs more than $20,000 a year. The average cost of health insurance is over $10,000 a year. And in case of an emergency, most Americans say they don't have even $500 on hand to address it. Meanwhile, in Sweden, healthcare, including dental, is essentially free until you turn 20. After that, if your annual bills exceed about $130, a high-cost protection kicks in and covers you the rest of that year. Iceland had a particularly nasty time climbing out of the 2008 financial crisis. Rather than let homeowners suffer a wave of foreclosures, the country took a humane approach. If your house was at risk, you had meetings with the government, they guided you. If you go to Iceland now, you won't see any signs of that time. They trust one another, foster communities, and feel gratitude. Scandinavians say their social contracts thrive because their community is strong. Socialism only works if everyone's on board. Intertwined with that sense is a shared responsibility to take care of one another and watch out for people's health. To do this, Scandinavians are some of the best people in the world at straight up chilling together. Everyone does it a little differently. Danes do comfortable indulgences to bond together. Finns have their saunas, a sacred bonding tradition dating back thousands of years with strict rules and customs. Swedes famously have fika, which translates to coffee, but also means a culturally mandatory social hour, like water cooler talk that everyone takes around the same time. Coffee breaks are pretty much mandated. Everything drops. Not to be on their phone, but to converse with each other. You don't mess with that fika time. And with that, we've reached the end of this episode all about why people in Scandinavian countries are the happiest in the world. Would you like to live in one of the previously mentioned countries? Get involved and let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this one and found it helpful, remember to leave a like on the video and to subscribe to Luxury Obsession for even more amazing videos, just like this one. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.